MJ, been a strange few days, but it's always important to focus on the football, and it was a great result tonight.
Yeah, it's been a very strange time for everyone at the club, and especially us as players. You know, it's been the same for many years, and it's just been a bit weird and a bit disjointed. But for us as players, we need to focus on, you know, what we're employed to do, and that's play football. So, you know, I felt like we put in a pretty good performance tonight, and I think one to be quite proud with, especially after everything that's been going on.
Briefly, if you can, just in terms of the last few days for the team since Saturday, what's been happening? I guess you've, like many of us, just waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, I suppose so. Obviously, the gaffer after the game, Matt said that he was probably going to take the job, and he just wanted to say goodbye to us all. And you know, it's obviously very difficult given that it's just in the change room just after a game. But you know, that's football. Unfortunately, we were lucky enough to be able to see him on the Sunday. He let us come in for a couple of hours and just have 10-15 minutes with him just to say goodbye and things. So that was really nice. And yeah, it's just been a bit of a whirlwind really. And obviously Kev's come in with John still, and Groundsy helping out Nicky Jose. So you know, us as players, we just kind of got to get on with it. It is football, but it doesn't really happen at Exeter very much, and that's probably why it's taken everyone, you know, a bit by surprise. But it's life, and I think all of us want to say thanks to Matt and Wayne and, you know, all the staff for what they've done for the club and what they've done for us. Obviously last season was so special, and you know, the best moment of my career is certainly getting promoted with this team. But you know, life goes on and we've got to move on, but we're forever thankful for what they did for the club.
Some of the names you've just mentioned, there are a lot of experienced heads in there, and it's about togetherness at this point, isn't it? And sticking together, and no matter who's in charge of the team. Yeah,
I mean, my phone's never been so hot recently. You know, the Taggy's been ringing me, Kev's been ringing me, Scott Brown's been ringing me, just to try and, you know, get as much sort of information from the playing side of things. You know, with me and Pierce, and yeah, we've all just got to chip in, and that's what we're doing. We had a new S&C guy this week, and it's just been one thing after another. But yeah, look, we all want to chip in and help out, and I think that showed tonight.
I think it's clarity now, isn't it? We can move on from what's happened and focus on going forward. Tonight's game, great result, coming from behind, great reaction to lead at half time.
Yeah, I mean, they started like a house on fire, and we struggled with their sort of pace and their control that they had, and they played out from the back really well, and we did find it difficult, you know, with a slightly disjointed team, you know, filled with some young lads who actually did very well tonight, so credit to them. They sort of made their way into the game the longer the game went on. So but yeah, we reacted really well. Obviously nice for me to get on the score sheet, and then to back it up quite quickly after that with Kegs. Always a nice one for him, I'm sure, against his club. So yeah, you know, and then we just kind of had to hold on, and we had to do what we had to do. They played out from the back, and we tried to make it as difficult for them as possible.
You mentioned some of the young lads there. They were superb tonight. Didn't look out of place.
Not at all, no. And a credit to them. You know, they've been training with us in and out for a number of weeks. You know, since really pre-season. Then obviously once the season started, they kind of went away, and then they've come back recently, you know, with our squad being so depleted. But yeah, credit to them. They did really well. Obviously Kev knows them really well, so does Nicky Jose. So yeah, I think it was just a case of going out there and enjoying it and working as hard as you can for as long as you can. A few of the young lads got cramp at the end, and that's just sort of what men's football's like, I suppose.
I think tonight probably perfectly sums up what Exeter City's about. A mixed team of experienced players and youth players. The under-18s coach in the dugout, all pitching in together, and it's just the Exeter City way, isn't it? Yeah,
I mean, you couldn't really write it, could you? But it's great. It's great to be a part of. You know, although obviously with the manager leaving, it's not so great because he did such great things. But it is life, and we've got to move on. And you know, we're all trying to do our bit. And like you said, a very mixed match, but we did well tonight.
Back in league action on Saturday away to Barnsley. Big game with a huge crowd, and they're playing very well, but you just go head on into this one exactly as we would any other game.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, something like this can get you even more up for it, and you know, obviously Kev's coming in, and he wants to set a good impression, and we'll all be fighting for 3 points that we really desperately want. We want to test ourselves against the best teams, and Barnsley certainly are going to be one of them. And then, you know, in quick succession, I'm going to have Charlton in a few days after that, and it's going to be another tough game. So if we can come away with those two games with a few points, we'll be we'd be pretty pleased.
We knew before tonight's game that it had been mentioned it had been a fairly young squad, but it says a lot about this team when there's first team players who've said, I want to play.
Yeah, I think so. I think, to be honest, it's probably one of those things you probably don't want to go and train instead, so you prefer to play on a lovely surface under the lights. So probably that made up a few of their minds. But look, it's just about mucking in. We've not got a big squad. You know, Sweens has played his 50th game of the year already. Sparks has played a good few. So you know, we just have to do it, and you know, we'll have a day off tomorrow, and we'll be able to rest up and you know, ready to go again Thursday. So it's just the way it is.